Well, to me, it suggests that he thinks that red can disrupt black's shot.
Well, it can, but it's still going to leave black a 6-yard, 7-yard clearance on yellow.
Absolutely. I suppose maybe that clearance, like if red centre balls black, does it get to the wire line? As in, so that, you know, if black then hits yellow, there's a very good chance he just rushes into the hoop. But Ed's not really suggesting that. Ed's suggesting the block.
Oh, I think the block's right. I much prefer the block. Black is quite straight, though.
Black is quite straight. So full disclosure, I suck at blocking and prefer to shoot, and Rachel's much more an all-rounder than me. So I'm looking at this block thinking, God, I don't want to do this.
That looks a bit short.
Yeah.
But the thing is, has Dallas been taken on the hoops? Or will Dallas feel comfortable taking on this hoop, or is she just going to look? Or is she just going to play it yellow?
I think Dallas knows this is her hoop shot. Right?
I think so. She did go deep for a reason, I assume.
Oh, brilliant.
Nice hoop.
Brilliant shot.
5-4 to New Zealand.
That's a brilliant shot. We should get a replay of that. So it's not the most spectacular shot, but the timing is, yeah. The
You
timing
say
is
it's
what
not
makes it.
spectacular. It's ended up in a really useful place as well.
Basically 0 wire from 4 and a bit yards back.
That's a bit short on yellow, I think. I think he'll rather have been a couple of yards nearer with that. But we have had trouble, or players seem to have had trouble approaching this hoop, so
And there's
he's got a hoop shot, so
Blues had that trouble.
yeah. So we're currently commentating on game on lawn 2, on the second test of the Trans-Tasman at Cairnley. The first test was won by New Zealand this morning after a level score at the end of play last night. New Zealand had a slight edge in the singles this morning, and they won that test narrowly this morning. We've started off the second test this afternoon, and that's been a round of mixed doubles. 2 of those matches have finished, one being picked up by Australia in 2, and one being picked up by Australia, by New Zealand in 2. So the game that we're currently working at is gone to the third game. We're currently 5-4 to New Zealand. And the other game is still in play, with the Australians having won narrowly 7-6 in the first game, and it looks like they're currently on hoop 11.
And it looks like the Kiwis have got the lead there.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up going to 3 as well.
Yeah, and that might be quite good news from the spectator point of view, because I think that's the one of the lawn that we can just about do with the cameras. But anyway, back to the game in hand. Wendy's lining up this hoop for 5-all. So a costly missed roquet by Dallas has sort of
Put Australia back in at this hoop.
And that's a good hoop.
Wendy's run nice and cleanly.
And black's gone more than halfway, right?
I think so, yep. Wendy's asked for it to be moved. So a bit of a trickier approach than she might have had.
So for non-GC players or non-golf croquet players, black went more than halfway to the next hoop, which is now the one in the middle, despite the previous hoop not being finished. And because Dallas didn't hit off another ball or anything like that, Australia has a choice about whether to leave her ball there or to bring it back to the penalty spot, which is halfway.
On either side of the court.
On either side. And normally there's no reason, or in this situation, there's normally no reason not to bring it back.
Yeah, so Dallas is playing the ball back from halfway.
And this is a really crucial stage in the game. And actually, do you think the Australians are now thinking, I wish Ed had ran the hoop? I mean, it would have been quite difficult for them to gear that up, but do you think...
This looks like he's taking on a clearance.
Oh, I don't like that.
I think they've just taken the stance that...
Ed does the clearing. Shot.
Yeah, but he's lost yellow, hasn't he?
So that's a good shot, but in singles it's a shot that's just a waste because he's nailed that. He's hit that about as well as he could do. And what's his reward? He gets to play the shot again in a minute's time.
Yeah, so Blue's now taking position. And what's going to have to happen? At some point, red or yellow are going to have to move blue again. So I think they'll probably choose to put red in position here and then leave red with longer clearance.
You
with
say
yellow
that, but
on
last game they went for 2 clearances as well, and it looks like Wendy's swinging. And I really don't.
The Kiwis did this as well. I just don't
I really
like
don't
it.
understand this. This is silly, because when do you get a hoop shot? You can't run this hoop unless you're in front of the hoop. And if you're clearing, you're never. Oh. So again, Wendy hit most of that ball, and what she earned. You just have to take the risk, put a ball in front, and clear, right?
Yeah, and there's no guarantee that they're. I mean, they probably would have run that, but you've still got the small chance that they're not going to run it with the ball they've been left.
No, the thing is, if you miss with red,
well, that's a bit of a gift that's short.
I think it's short, but it's still draws a ball.
It is, but it's given them a bit of a.
But now you're back into the same problems you are before. You really want Ed doing the clearance here, because he's.
But you're not going to have Ed taking on the one speculative hoop shot that the Aussies are going to get at this hoop.
No, you don't, it doesn't need to be speculative. If Wendy had played her ball in there, and then you bank on Ed to just nail blue. In the same way that
this is being cleared.
This is deja vu. Exactly this happened last game, right?
Yeah, it was the other way around though, wasn't it? It was the Kiwis that shot and gifted the Aussies the hoop.
Was it last game or the first game?
It was last game. The Aussies have got back into this hoop. I'm not quite sure how this is.
No, they haven't. Black's in front, isn't it?
I don't think Black can run. I think Black might be able to draw, but I don't think it can run.
But how are the Aussies back in? They've got yellow. They've got a speculative hoop shot with yellow at best case scenario, and that's having played.
No. Red's playing in front. Black's not running here.
I don't know. I think they've sort of, given that the Australians have played 2 clearances at this hoop already, and the Kiwis have misapproached once. They've got to be unpleased with this situation, right? The Aussies.
I think Black's just getting rid of red here.
No, I like the jaws. Stick Black in the jaws. Let blue clear red.
We're at a completely wrong angle to tell how easy this is. But
I think it can't be that easy, because I don't think the Aussies.
That looks easier than I thought it was.
I think it's jawsing, right?
That is not in the jaws. Ooh. Question is, what can Black do?
Jaws.
That looks like it's blocked blue and red. Well, if Wendy jumps with if that's blocked and Wendy jumps with red, that's a game-winning.
Yeah, it's game over. Oh, with blue disappearing.
Not with that clearance.
So it's quite interesting here, because if red jumps 6-5 up, and
that's what they're doing.
Black's glued to the wire.
Wendy's taking the clip off the hoop.
But if Black can't run this,
for a jump.
But if Black can't run this, why not just stick your ball closer and give yourself an easier jump next shot?
Because now, at the moment, Black's got no approach to hoop 12.
I think 6-5 is good enough. You risk. I don't know. I think I might take if Black can't run this out, I think I might take an easier jump shot next shot. Oh, brilliant!
Nice shot.
Brilliant.
Oh, it's a bit close to blue though, isn't it?
Come on.
Yeah, you'd take that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so that's now 6-5 to Australia with a really nice jump by Wendy. So we're just going to get a bit of a replay on that jump. But in the meantime, Dallas has got to play out to the side of the hoop just because Black was really.
There's nothing you can do there. Playing through a hoop, just asking for trouble.
Yeah. Yep. So this is the Wendy's jump. So
Black's actually quite a way off, right? So maybe it was runnable. Oh, cracking.
Yeah, nice shot.
Perfect.
Yeah, okay, so Black's played to the side, yellow has failed to take position, but is on the far side of the hoop from Black. And then I think, this is interesting, isn't it? What do you do with blue? So, what's wrong with playing the stop shot, I think has got to be the question. Looks like it's
what's wrong is that red comes back, right? And then yellow clears blue.
Yeah, that's what's wrong with taking stops up. So he's gone for his hoop shot.
I think that was the right decision.
And
I mean, now that blue's clanged the hoop, it looks a bit like, ooh, they're in a bad position. But I think...
yeah, but he's had a hoop shot.
Yeah,
so
exactly. And I don't think Wendy's not going for this, right?
No, this looks like they're playing for position.
So I really don't think this is too much different than if he'd done the stop shot. Because yellow's still clearing blue. Wendy's still taking position, okay, from a bit nearer. But
Oh, she's not blocked that, has she? No, I think
no,
that's just
clear, that's clear.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
And now this is where that jump shot's paying off again, because Black did well to get even there, to be honest.
Yeah, it's in the mix a little bit, and it's got a speculative hoop shot if it needs it.
I think you're better off clearing yellow rather than going for the hoop shot, right?
But yeah, being able to jump hoops with balls on wires is
It's a 2-hoop swing.
Yeah.
Sometimes more. Because instead of being 6-5 down, they're 6-5 up, and they've got an advantage at 12. So what's that? 3 hoops almost. What do you reckon to just putting this ball in position and say, I'm going to return the clearance wherever you put me?
I quite like it because it's quite. Yeah, I know. I quite like that. I quite like it.
I mean, in the event, Ed's got to do a stop shot here, and he's struggled to do stop shots.
Yeah, his back ball's gone. Oh, that's not a great outcome.
Quite a lot of the time when he's been trying to control his striker's ball after hitting another, he's missed actually, and I think maybe he's trying to take power out of the shot.
Yeah, which I guess isn't how he naturally plays his shots.
Yeah, and maybe disrupts the.
Yeah.
Looks like we've got a result over on the far lawn.
So
in the second game.
Was that a Kiwi win?
I think it's an Aussie win because a lot of.
Are they shaking hands?
Oh no, they're exchanging clips.
So I saw it looked like I think it was Sonia was taking on a hoop shot a moment ago. Was that?
Oh dear. So blue played back in, and Wendy presumably going for the block, and it didn't quite reach. And I don't even know if red draws us.
No, well, red's being cleared to a nice position on this boundary. That's depending on.
I think blue's running. Wouldn't you run?
With black there, yes. If black had been much better, I'm tempted to clear red to a spot on this boundary because then red's probably going to have a hack at something.
And actually, normally hoop 13 is a gimme. Well, not a gimme, but normally whoever's got first approach to hoop 13 is clear favourite. But we've seen a couple of undulations at hoop 3.
Yeah, I think that might be.
I mean, to be honest, it won't take the players by surprise, or at least it really shouldn't. So maybe they will have learned where to hit the ball to account for it. But this is pretty even. Ooh.
I don't think that's through, which
That
you'll be very happy about.
God. So this is a rare situation when you're praying as blue that you're not through the hoop.
Yeah, no approach to hoop
Absolute
13
worst case
at all.
scenario here is that blue's through the hoop. As strange as that sounds. And it's not. And in fact,
oh, this is a flick. This is a flick.
But this is a bad decision. This is a really.
Or she might just be playing the clearance.
I think you need to hang around and stop them. Ooh, that's pretty good.
Well, then blue and black aren't going to run hoop 12 next turn, are they? Not with red there.
But they don't have to.
I know.
They can just tap and wait.
Where's yellow? Yellow's not in a threatening position, so they can faff around as much as they like at the moment.
Well, so where's black going? Black needs to actually go. Well, actually, maybe blue does need to run. If black goes behind the hoop in order to set up the rush.
I don't think Dallas playing that rush is the winning. I don't think that's the right. I mean, I
like this. I like this. This is secret option number 3. There's always one.
This is the nice, hyper-aggressive option.
This is, I know I'm being filmed and I want to remember this. I like this a lot.
It's worth a punt, isn't it?
Absolutely.
What do you lose?
Yeah, precisely. You lose control around 12. You stop yellow. You lose the control to say, I don't have to run this straight away, and I'm going to stop yellow coming into jumping or clearing position. But I like it. It appeals to Anyway.
It's okay. You can say it appeals to you as the hyper-aggressive option. It's okay.
It's not.
No.
It's not even hyper-aggressive. It's just stylish.
Okay, so that's just gone off on the boundary. So at the moment, red is in legal position up towards hoop 13. If blue and black choose to run, black tried to shoot, tried to cut off red, but missed. So it's now offside. Yellow has played into position behind hoop 12, arguably forcing blue to run the hoop.
Well, you say that.
Oh, I'm not sure it does.
I think George has been quite smart. Oh no, George, what are you doing, man? No.
No,
So George is thinking he's making the right shot here, and actually he's making the exact wrong shot.
I think I would attempt to play this backwards through the hoop.
I think I'd.
Wide from
George,
yellow.
what are you doing, man?
So he's playing. I assume
silly.
he's trying to block yellow's approach to hoop 12, and I think has possibly just screwed up his own approach.
Well, he was always going to do that. So it's now 6-all, and having Jaws hoop 12.
Oh, and it looks like
take
Ed has just said something to George. I wonder what that comment was.
this is a huge error. So essentially, having Jaws hoop 12 and having a bit of say about how 13 starts because he doesn't have to run it.
They've just thrown it away.
They've just thrown it away. Red is onside.
They have asked for black to be moved, haven't they? Yes, they have. It's not up on the boundary anymore. Good.
Red is onside, so has a 2 or 3 meter approach to a hoop that's normally 20 meters away. And on top of that, by trying to block yellow's approach to hoop 13, he's probably blocked his own approach.
That's short.
Oh dear. And to finish the line of thought, yellow doesn't need to approach hoop 13. Red's there. Yellow can snuggle blue, and that means that they go from they conceded a 2-yard approach to 13,
I think it was
and only having one shot at it. But that hill, and that's a humongous let-off. But I mean,
so they're having a chat.
there's a huge. That was a huge tactical error by George, right? If you play, so yellow being behind the hoop means that you can't just tap it because yellow will clear you.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's okay hitting it back the other way. I don't think you can. I don't think you. However that shot turns out, I don't think you can concede that approach with red.
No, and if you are worried about yellow running the hoop backwards and clearing blue.
But again,
run the hoop 5 meters.
I think it's the same thing again, though. We said this in, I can't remember if it was game 1 or game 2, that the focus being completely on getting hoop 12.
Yeah, and
not
I
the
can't.
game.
I can't.
And the match.
They're extraordinarily fortunate that this game is still live, to be honest, because red could have been 2 feet in front with yellow glued to the back of blue.
That's short. Okay,
That's
well,
a bit short, yeah.
So I really like aiming for about 3 yards back when I'm approaching from that boundary, just to make sure I try and get a ball in front here.
These are all, well, you can see the hill there, but
yeah.
I mean, these are all cardinal sins. You have to get your ball in front of 13.
So I think does red still have a clearance on black, or is the hoop hampering the shot? I think it's okay.
I think it's okay. I think there's a lot of stuff going around your feet, but I think
yellow's okay though, because most people won't stand with their feet that close to the ball. I think they'll be further back, and I don't think that will impact Wendy. I think the hoop's more likely to be an issue.
I think it's probably more like a psychological impediment rather than like a physical one. As in, I don't think they're in the way, but you know, if your eyes are darting between black, red hoop.
Do you think yellow was aiming for the promotion of red there?
No, I think yellow was probably just hoping to get past blue, to be honest.
Blue?
Blue. Remember, blue only ran 12
by
a foot or so.
Now, the question is, we'll see, what has he actually got with this approach with blue?
He's just got to not touch anything.
So the hill's going to play in his favour here.
Oh,
That's not a good spot.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, dear, yeah, he's not happy with that. A bit of mallet swinging there. That's not a good spot. I thought the hill might work in his favour, hitting it a little bit further left than that.
That's another. I mean, he's pretty unfortunate to end up glued to the wire, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really think he could get position there.
No, but I think given where the other balls are, yeah, tangling it up with the hoop's really unfortunate.
And but it's huge let off.
So it looks like Wendy's going for the edge of black, the right-hand side of black to get to, I assume, where Ed's mallet is pointing. That's quite deep, though. Why is she trying to get red that far?
I think it's more getting black away, right?
Yeah, I think as long as you come a little bit off red, it's off black, you're naturally going to spit out at a good angle, right?
You need a hoop shot with red, right?
Yeah, I don't think you want to be that. I think you can do it without getting that far back. Oh, she's not even going off black.
Well, I suppose red with blue being essentially out of the game. Had blue been in front of the hoop, it's quite a different thing.
I don't think I like that. I think black's just going to stop shot yellow. Is blue actually on the wire?
Blue looks just completely out of commission, right?
Well, but blue can get into the hoop.
Yeah, but again, that's not good because yellow can come back to jumping. I think you could try something bold, like flick off yellow to blue.
I don't think
take a bit of angle.
I don't know. I just like getting rid of black.
Just getting rid of yellow, yeah. But I meant like doing that and then.
That's not black's not. I think she probably might have wanted black to go a little bit further in front of the hoop than that.
I think you needed some angle. I think you needed some angle either to get in front of the hoop or to.
Red's got a clearance on black now though, so if yellow gets good position.
Yeah, but blue.
Getting good position at this hoop seems a bit tricky.
Blue oh man, if this hills.
No, it's fine. But that must have come into his thoughts as he was thinking about how far right to aim right.
So George has just gone straight up and is looking to put the ball in the back of the hoop. I wonder if he could sort of put it.
That's gone through. That looks like it was a really good shot.
Wow. That's just changed everything, right?
So did anyone go and look at that ball?
I mean, they didn't seem too surprised. So this is a clearance on black, right?
So I don't understand, why did they not dispatch black and leave yellow?
Maybe Wendy. Oh, great shot!
Great shot!
Great shot!
She'll be happy with that.
Yeah, yeah. I think pretty much every Australian here will be.
Okay, so Dallas shooting at yellow, and it looks like the final game to go on in the outstanding match is waiting to watch to see what happens in this one.
Fair enough. Hoop 13. Good game.
That's going to help.
All right, so it's Ed.
No pressure. How far do you reckon that is? It's more than 2 yards, isn't it?
It's more than 2 yards, but
less than
if they were offered this at the start of the game, I think they'd be pretty pleased.
Yeah. And also, it's not, even if they don't run it, blue's not got a hoop shot. I mean, draws maybe, but red's right there.
Yeah, it's not terminal. Nice. Nice.
I think that tells us that he ran that. So that was 7-6 to the Aussies. So that leaves the test 2 score at 2-1 to the Australians. And see the
and that was
guys giving each other hugs at the end of that.
Yeah, I think 7-6 in the third's an appropriate result because that was pretty closely matched, both in terms of points, but also points, skill, but also play style for the two pairings. Both had a clear clearer, and both had a clear position and run hoops players. Thoughts? Who will be?
I want to know what Phil's saying to them.
Phil's probably saying, "Don't jump." Wow.
Yeah.
The thing is, though,
I think
if George had got hoop 8 jump, he's a hero because he's wrapped the game up there and then, pretty much. Right?
Yeah, but who in the audience is going to be happy that he's taking on that shot?
The Aussies.
Yeah, that's true. Well, perhaps we might get an opportunity to get a Phil up here later, so we can.
Yeah. Let's see if he's going to spill some team secrets. Like, what words is it appropriate for a manager to use? No, that's being unfair. Because it was probably. I mean, the game hinged around it, right? They went from being 4-3 up. They could have been 5-3 up with first approach to 9.
Yeah.
They could have been 4-all with first approach to 9. But instead they were 4-all with second approach to 9.
Yeah, can we just get a replay of that jump shot that we're talking about at Hoop 8?
Please. And then actually, having said that though,
they didn't actually. They got 9 because Dallas ran a really ranked 9, ran a really good 9.
And then the Aussies dug in at 11, didn't they? The Aussies dug in at 11. Cause
Live stream stopped. Oh right, okay. Oh, Duncan's just said the live stream stopped. So.
The stream stopped. Oh, yeah. Why not wrap it? Okay, cool.
Do you want it?
Wait, are we streaming that one over there? No, I think they're going into third over there. Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like everyone else is heading inside, and the guys on lawn 3 are heading out to start game 3.
Yeah, they stopped to watch because. Yeah. So I'm trying to think. That was a defining moment, wasn't it, at Hoop 8?
I think so. Although they didn't, I was going to say, as we were
But
saying,
it didn't pan out the way you'd expect. As in Dallas ran Hoop 9 anyway, to take it 5-4 to the Kiwis. And it was a good Hoop 9. So.
Okay, so we've got Judy and Peter for Australia that you can see on the camera at the moment, and they're playing Sonia and Felix, who are currently out of shot, but you'll see shortly in Kiwi Blacks.
And it's 1 game all. It's 1 game all. And interestingly enough, the Kiwis took the second game.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Sorry. So yeah. And the Aussies look like they're off to a good start in the third. Pete's just put in a nice block, and now Judy's
just run through Hoop 1.
And importantly, Judy's gone a fair distance through Hoop 1, so she's carried her advantage from Hoop 1 over to Hoop 2. And
it looks like it was nice and clean, didn't take much wire, did it? So,
yeah.
So Sonia now playing down to Hoop 2. That looks a little bit short. Ooh, and a little bit hill there too.
One thing that's been quite nice about this Trans-Tasman from what we've seen is that after each match, the players go and watch. Yeah, so one thing that's been quite nice about the Trans-Tasman from what we've seen so far is that after each match, the players go off and watch their teammates, and then when their teammates finish, they go on and congratulate, commiserate, recap and stuff like that. And I think actually it's time for a recap of our own. So I'll hand over to Rachel for a bit to recap.
So the live stream is going to be ending shortly. So we hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. We will be back tomorrow. Because, we just love talking about croquet and not playing it.
It's much easier. Play starts bright and early.
8:30 a.m.
8:30. We're not so good at starting bright and early, so
there will be emails sent out to the Knots list and quite a few things on social media about when we'll be back up tomorrow. You can see the latest results and what happens in this final match that we're looking at the moment will be posted on Croquet Scores, so you can follow that to keep up to date.
the next round, I believe, is another set of doubles, right? Another set of mixed doubles with slightly different match arrangements.
Yeah.
And then it's singles in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And the singles, well, the doubles and the singles are both definitely worth tuning in for. There's going to be some great clashes tomorrow in the singles, especially. Yeah, we're looking forward to it, aren't we?
Yeah. So New Zealand won the first test, and the Aussies are currently 2-1 up. Keep your eyes peeled on croquet scores, and we shall
see you later.
see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Open Elite 8 Premiers, how does that sound?
Big wicket, and that one bounced.
Come on!
The driver has been taken to the top. Gone.
Motor are going through. It's all over for Southern.
He's out. Gillum Jones is out. Can it get over the top of Anderson?
get over
Cracks all the way
Anderson,
back in.
it
It
is.
does. And he's locked in. But what a goal!